Hey guys, I know this is an unexpected video, but I wanted to jump on and let you guys know what happened last night. I had a really scary night. A really scary night. I thought I was going to die. Went to the ER last night. I had to call the ambulance to come get me because I couldn't drive. I had a reaction to my insulin last night. I was getting ready to go to bed and I gave myself my nighttime insulin as usual. And I instantly started not feeling right and I knew something was wrong. It started with itching, which normally I do itch after my insulin. It's just been a normal thing for me since I started taking it. But then my whole body started to itch and I got this taste in my mouth that was like metal. Like can't even explain it, but it was like a weird taste and I thought to myself, something's wrong. Something is definitely wrong. My heart started beating really fast. Really fast. I could hear my heart beating in my ears. I felt like it was going to jump out of my chest. I was terrified that I was going to have a heart attack or my heart was going to stop. I ran downstairs to open the door because I knew that I was going to have to call for help. I opened the back door and then I dialed my mom's phone number and I told her I just took my insulin and something is wrong. I was like, I'm having a reaction or something to it. I said something is really wrong. And while I'm talking to her, my breath, it was getting hard for me to breathe. So I was scared that I was going to die. I'm like, I'm either going to stop breathing, my heart's going to stop. I don't know what is happening. And my mom's like, get off the phone with me right now and call 911 and I'll jump in the car and I'll be there. I said, Yulelah is upstairs sleeping. Normally my daughter goes to her dad's house, but he took her on Friday instead of Saturday, so she was here with me. She was upstairs. She was sleeping. Like I said, I was getting ready to go to bed. I was giving myself my insulin shot. So it was late. And she said, okay, I'll come over to your house and stay with the baby. Call 911. So I got off the phone with her. And when I got off the phone with her, I walked to the living room as I was calling 911. And I opened up the living room door because I didn't know what door the ambulance were going to come to. I live in a projects. It's kind of, iffy out here. People always have a hard time finding the houses out here. So I opened both doors, and as I'm walking to the living room, I'm on the phone with 911. My vision starts getting blurry. Like I can see, but it was like a light in the way. Like you know how you're outside and you're driving, and then the sun shines on your eyes, and you just want to go like this. But you can still see, but your vision is kind of blocked a little bit. And that's how I felt. And she was asking for my address, and I started feeling hot. She was asking my name, how old I was, stuff like that. My mind was getting confused. I don't even remember if I told her that I was pregnant. But I was just like, I really felt like I was going to die. I was breathing weird. The taste in my mouth, I was hot. What else was I feeling? My hearing started to go. I was talking to her on the phone and then I noticed her voice was getting smaller and smaller and I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but I can't hear you as good. I was like, your voice is getting small. And then I felt like I was gonna pass out. Like, I was super woozy, super dizzy. I couldn't see. My hearing was going. I told her, I said, I think I'm going to pass out. She's like, just stay on the phone with me until they get there. I said, please tell them I have a 5-year-old upstairs in my room and she's sleeping. Don't let them take me without going upstairs and getting her. And I don't even remember what the operator said when I said that. But I remember repeating it a couple of times just to make sure she heard me, because I was worried about Yulelah being here by myself. Even though my mom was on her way to my house, I wasn't like thinking, like I was confused. Like, I don't know, maybe I forgot she was coming. I don't know. But I just was worried about them taking me in the ambulance and leaving Yulelah here. And with me passing out, I wouldn't be able to say, hey, my daughter's upstairs. So I was just really worried about her. And I was holding on, standing at the front door, and I was holding on to the door, trying to hold myself up. And I honestly think if Yulelah wasn't here and it wasn't for that fear of her being left here by herself, while I went to the hospital, I probably would have passed out. If I would have sat down like they told me to sit down and relax, I probably would have passed out, because I legit at one point couldn't see anything, could barely hear. My breathing, it slowed. I wasn't breathing as fast and as hard. It was slow, deep breaths, like slow, deep, trying to hang on and suck air in my lungs type of breath. Like, it was slow. It was scary. I thought that I was going to stop breathing or I wasn't going to get air. And I remember her telling her, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You know, I was having a hard time sucking up air. Yeah, it's making me sad thinking about it, because I really thought that I was going to die. Like, I felt like if I passed out, that would have been it. I wouldn't have woke up. And I think that's why I would not allow myself to pass out, because I really thought that I was going to die if I did. That shit was so scary, you guys. It was really, really scary. And the ambulance finally came. And I remember my mom coming through the back door as soon as the ambulance came. And I was like, they were asking me what was wrong. I could barely tell them. I was standing there with my hand up against the fence outside trying to talk, but my chest was hurting. I was having a hard time breathing. And they walked me over to the bed thing, and they put me in the ambulance. They gave me an IV and checked my blood pressure and stuff. And when I don't know what else they did. They were asking me stuff in the ambulance, but I can't even remember what I told them, honestly. I can't remember what they were saying or what I said, but I just remember looking up at the top of the ambulance. I've never been in an ambulance before, and just being glad that they were there, because I knew, like, if I did pass out or anything while they were there, that there was help. You know, I wasn't by myself. And I remember riding to the hospital, and I don't know, they were just asking me a bunch of questions. I think that's when I told them that I was pregnant. I don't even remember telling them, but they did know, so. They did check the baby while I was there. They checked with the fetal Doppler first. By the time they got to the baby, I was feeling better. My heart wasn't racing anymore. I actually felt better. I didn't feel like I was dying anymore. I did have, the back of my head was hurting. My face was still a little numb. I forgot to tell you guys about that. my arms and my fingers were getting numb when I was on the phone with the operator. Oh no, I was on the phone with my mom because I remember telling my mom my hands and my fingers are getting numb, Mom. And my mouth was, as I tasted my mouth and my lips and my mouth was feeling numb. And it was still numb at the hospital, but I didn't feel like I was dying anymore. And they checked the baby with the Doppler, had a hard time hearing his heart as usual. She had the Doppler thing up way too high. I told her that I feel the baby low, and that's where they always find the heartbeat is low, like by my belly button, like lower underneath my belly button. And they finally found it, and then the actual doctor came in with an ultrasound machine, and they checked the baby, and he was moving around. The first thing they saw was the heartbeat to make sure his heart was beating. It was like 140 something. They said that he was fine, he was moving around, he was okay. Honestly, I wasn't really even thinking about the baby. I was so worried about Yulelah and me dying. Yeah, I know that's probably terrible to say, but I wasn't even thinking about the baby. Not at first, anyway. But when I was sitting in the hospital, I could feel him moving. He was moving around a lot, so I knew he wasn't like dead or anything. Like I could feel him moving, so I knew he was, even though they were having a hard time finding the heartbeat, I knew he was okay because I felt him. He was moving the entire time I was in the hospital. But yeah, they think that it was a reaction to the insulin, allergic reaction. And they did change my insulin. They changed it to something else, my nighttime insulin. I'm terrified, you guys. I do not want to take this insulin. I'm even scared to take my morning insulin. I should have took insulin when I woke up before I drank this coffee. But I'm scared. I'm here by myself right now. And I don't know, I'm scared. I'm really scared to take this insulin tonight because my morning insulin, the insulin before my meals, is only 10 for lunch and dinner and then 16 for breakfast. But my nighttime insulin was just increased to 50 recently, a few days ago. And to me that sounds like a lot. And I think maybe that is what happened. I don't know, but they did change my insulin. But they're keeping the same dosage. They want me to take the 50, and I'm scared. This is a new insulin. I never had it before, so I'm scared to take it. I'm scared to take insulin, period, now. After feeling what I felt, like I really felt like I was legit dying. I'm scared to take insulin. I don't even want to take it, and I don't know. They did tell me that I could come in if I was that worried that when it's time to take my insulin at night, I could come into the hospital and do it there. He said that he's had people do that, come into the hospital just to take a medication because they were scared of reactions. He said they've had parents come in with their babies and give them peanut butter for the first time, but they just felt more comfortable being at the hospital when they did it, which kind of made me chuckle a little bit, but that is kind of smart, especially if you have like a history of it in your family or something, probably. But he did say that was fine. I'm terrified to take this insulin tonight. I'm terrified to take this insulin at all today. But it was really super scary. My discharge papers did say allergic reaction. He did say something about maybe I hit a vein when I gave myself the insulin shot, and the insulin just went through the vein, which means it went through the body faster, and I just reacted to that. But he called my endocrinologist, my diabetic doctor, basically, and he said they were really easy to get through to. He got right through to her cell phone, and she just said that, they would change my insulin, and that was pretty much it. But he said that he did look up reactions to insulin, and he said that I had a lot of the symptoms, especially with my hearing going and feeling like I was going to pass out, and the itchy and the taste in my mouth. He said that was all symptoms of a allergic reaction to insulin. So I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Oh, but it was scary, you guys. It was really scary. And now I'm going to be terrified every time I inject myself for the next, I have like 3 more months left. Complete terrified.